Way sneak
Welcome home,
catching 'em.
Sid.
Clive, you're back.
I am. And with glad tidings for once. Hugo Kupka is no more.
Well, I'll be. All of our comrades who lost their lives back at Sid's place be smiling down at you right now.
We had a stolus from Lubor saying Drake's fang had fallen. I expect that was your doing as well, was it?
It's a long story.
One for the history book.
Welcome home, Clive.
It's good to be back. You look better.
I feel it. Which means I'm coming on your next little adventure. You're not leaving me behind again.
Wouldn't dream of it. Otto, any word on the Royalist movements since I've been away?
Shouldn't you be putting your feet up? If you really want to know, go and have a word with Vivian.
Thank you. I will.
Ah, the conquering hero returns. And with hardly a scratch on him.
I may have picked up one or two.
Well, the fact that you came straight to me instead of visiting our resident physiker suggests that you picked up something more important. The scent of
The very same. But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the Royalists, he took them to his grave. As did his men. Slaughtered by the orcs who'd taken over the Fang. Orcs, Vivian. I've never seen such creatures in storm. The Waluders must have ferried them over from Ash, but why? Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home, the mother crystal of an allied nation, and let both fall? It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men and the Adamantus? One can often be led astray by focusing too closely on One must instead see the bigger picture. And what bigger picture is there than my map? The Kingdom of Waloed claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of Ash. Yet warlike Waloed shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Waloed? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waloed standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot? In summary, I know not to what end the Royalists betrayed Kupka. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to wallow in confusion. If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms. And your Lord Uncle has volunteered to do...
He's really...
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains... Well, Not quite all in your case. The people of the Hideaway must hear the news. Just the wounds he left that night are still raw. Especially for those who lived with Sid the longest. Tell them that those wounds might consider it the price of today.
I've never known you to be sentimental.
What can I say? I am only...
I suppose we are.
Well, someone looks pleased with himself.
Nothing escapes you, Lady Karen. It's true.
Good. Starting to get a crick in my neck.
Blackthorn, do you have a moment?
What is it?
I wanted to tell you that...
Under a new...
I'll try to live up to the name.
Ah, Clive.
No.
Lucky.
And with good reason, children. These are tears of joy. We must offer up. There shall be no lessons today, only thanksgiving and merrymaking. Go.
All right. Brilliant.
Finally.
It does.
Thank you, Clive. I cannot wait.
Hippocrates. I need to know what he is.
Alas. No. And not for want of trying. I have scoured nigh every historical tome in our collection, not even the sort of conspicuous absence that might suggest a concealment of fact. One is...
But I saw him.
I don't... Alas, it seems you are the... To others, he reveals naught. We see only that which he leaves in his wake, like some...
A bringer of death.
Whether the Ultima you met with was the being itself, or merely another, but until I do...
Thank you. Right. Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
I'm telling you, it's true. I heard it from Otto's own lips. You go look, guys.
You barely sat down since you came home. Vivian got you right.
Just spreading the word.
So, the Professor's got a soft side, has she? I'd never have get...
No. She was right, though. Everyone was glad.
Ah, but you ain't told everyone. I can think of plenty of friends back at the old hideaway who'd sleep more, not least of all Sid. Well, when you do, she's been going at it hammer and tongs down in that workshop of hers, trying to do her father proud. I can't remember the last time she visited.
Very well.
I think mid might need some help.
If I don't come up with something soon. All right, Clive? What do you want?
I'm going to visit Sid.
Sorry, I'm too busy. I've got to get this thermal displacement.
Thermal... and this is...
Only the fastest, finest ship that... Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with mithril, and those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, and more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where the stack comes in. I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard. I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Good old Clive. First things first, the stack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors. The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into the air. And the shielding around the sides. That stops the rest of the ship from going up in flames.
Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. I've got the designs and the list of show these to Blackthorn.
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you don't need to.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
It hasn't been.
I went up to give some breeze.
Blackthorn, can I ask a favor?
Hell with it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. Go on then. What is it this...
She said you would know.
Krieger? Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but and I'll need help. Get Gavin in here, will you?
All right.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, has she? Typical. Still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave, I'll do what I can.
And, what is it we need to do?
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual sword grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot, very fast, and still keep its shape. That means an alloy. Something that won't break or buckle at the temperatures she's talking about. Which is where you lot come in. I need material. Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Velcroy. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock. It just needs...
Well, we'll get it done quicker if we split. One of us should probably give you an hand coating the sand.
And the other can go and get the rest from this...
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where. We can get this... You going after the stuff? Which one of these 2 lucky so...
Gav, you're with me.
All right, then. So, what?
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Velcroy. It's the black sand that washes up on its banks that you're after.
Southern reaches of the Velcroy, eh? I'll go and scout the place out. See about hiring...
All right.
While you're off having a paddle, I'll pick up the rest of this stuff from Blackthorn's supply.
You two, eh? Don't go letting them fleece ya.
Fleece me? I'd like to see him try.
In your own time.
Looks like I found the river. Now where's Gav?
Ready, go?
Straight home now. Sorry to keep you, Gav.
Better late than never. I've had a quick scout about, and I reckon round here's our best bet if we want to grab as much of this Stardust stuff as... Don't know what Blackthorn's planning to do with it, though. I asked over in Dalamil, and they seem to think it was worthless. But if Stardust is what Blackthorn wants, Stardust is what he'll get. There's plenty of this stuff lying about, just begging to be bagged.
Then let's get bagging, shall we?
We shall.
So this is Stardust. It just looks like black sand to me.
Get it, boy!
That should be enough for now. Let's see how Gav's getting on.
You finished?
Enough.
That might even be enough for all. Hey, before we go. Feels like ages since we had the chance to talk. You know, man to man like.
It does, doesn't it?
Back when you first took Sid's name, we were talking all the time. Working out what to do in that.
There was a lot.
And there still is. Those shoulders of yours starting to feel hardly ever see around the hideaway nowadays. Always on some errand, or you can take a day off, you...
Says the man who spends most of his time behind enemy lines.
Only 'cause you keep sending me there.
I know I can count on you, Gav.
Likewise. So you keep sending me wherever you need to, and I'll keep going. Safe in the knowledge that I have a home to come back to. Thanks to you. Right. That's enough soppy. We'd better get this lot back to Blackthorn before he slings...
You go on ahead. And
Oh, I plan to, after Blackthorn gets what he needs.
Right. Ready to go home, boy?
I've never even forged a button. Perhaps Forge Master Luber's having fun at my expense.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Neither would I. Oh, wait. Sorry. I'm Sava, Master Luber's at least a soon-to-be former apprentice if I don't pass this test. People are buying up weapons faster than the Briar's Kiss can forge them, and here I am, unable to make a decent bit of kitchenware. He wants me to make a carving knife, one that embodies the spirit of Dalamil. Whatever that's supposed to mean. I don't suppose you have any idea what he's on about, do you?
I'm afraid not.
Never mind. Thought I'd ask. It was that or pack my bags.
I could give you a hand if I know how busy the Briar's Kiss has been. And that Lubor needs all the capable hands he can...
I'd be a fool to refuse.
So?
Good question. If I'm honest, I've never made... And then there's this little riddle to keep in mind. The spirit of...
The way I see it, there's only one way we'll be solving Lubor. We need information.
You're right. There's no point fumbling in the dark. Now, who to speak to? There's plenty of folk in Dalamil who use not. There's the butcher, of course, and any number of... They're bound to have an opinion or two about the tools of their trade. All right. I think we have a plan. I'll talk to every cook I can find. You speak to the butcher.
All right.
Let's hope that someone says something you...
Trust Lubor to take a simple test and turn it into a riddle. I'd better get to it.
The finest fabric!
Take a sniff, good sir. You'll be transported.
If we leave now, there'll be no one to man the shop.